Hello and welcome to Phyre's LEGO Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at set number 40565, the Santa's Workshop set. This was released as an exclusive from LEGO in December 2022 and is a companion set to the Winter Elves scene that was released the month prior. The set has 329 pieces, and you can see on the front of the box the set in all its glory. We've got the LEGO logo here, a nice wintry background, and the limited edition ribbon that is present in these Christmas winter sets. On the back of the box, we've got another shot of the set with one of the play features that it has, another view of inside the model over on this side, and some more over here. The top of the box just has some legal information and a actual size depiction of the Santa Claus minifigure that is in the set. Nothing really going on the bottom of the box, just the LEGO logo and some more legal stuff. Same thing over on this end. And on this end, it gets a little more interesting with that ribbon again, the LEGO logo, and Santa with the elf minifigure and some presents. If you want to pick this set up, at the time that I'm recording this video, late 2023, this set is going for aftermarket prices of between 40 and 60 bucks for a sealed set. Inside the box, we've got two sets of numbered bags here, a very small sticker sheet, and the instruction manual. Now, I was happy that the Winter Elf scene did not include any stickers. Unfortunately, we do see some stickers here that honestly could have been done as printed pieces, but hopefully they don't take away too much from the model. And our instruction manual here has a very plain render of the set on the front with this plain background. On the back of the instructions, there's just an advertisement for LEGO. And then in the back here, our typical parts list and the completed model at the end. And over here, we've got it displayed next to that Winter Elf scene that I've mentioned, kind of the companion set to this. And in the front of the instruction manual, we've got a little bit of information about their planned switch from plastic to paper bags. And then we've got the layout of what each of the numbered bags do in this build. And then it gets right into starting the build here. Here is the progress after the first set of bags, and we get two minifigures with this set. The first of which, of course, is Santa Claus, because this is Santa's Workshop. This is a really nice figure. I'm not sure how different he is from past versions of Santa. Obviously, they do a lot of Santa Claus minifigures, whether it's in the holiday sets or exclusive sets or even the collectible minifigure Santa. But this one, I feel like this candy cane detail on the back that is being stuck in his belt is a new detail that I have not seen in any previous Santa minifigures. I'm not sure if this figure is exclusive to this set or if he's available in other sets as well, but you know, they can't really go wrong with Santa, and obviously they've improved the Santa figure very much, especially since the collectible minifigure Series 8 Santa came out with this new mold for the hat. You can see he's got dual molded legs here, and I already showed you the printing on both sides of his torso. This nice beard piece here. He does not have a double-sided head, but this is the expression underneath the beard, and I think this may be a head that was originally used as a Castle King minifigure in the past. Moving on to the elf minifigure here. This elf has the same torso design as one of the elves from the Winter Elves scene set. It looks like it has that female face with the freckles and the eyelashes there by the eyes, and she's got darker green legs and a bright green hat with the elf ears. There is no double-sided face, and she is also carrying a paintbrush here. Moving on to the build, we've got the base of it built up and some of the walls for it as well. There's some details on the interior here, including this sticker piece kind of charting Santa's flight path around the world. So I think that was, you know, it could have been done as a printed piece, but it's not too bad to have a sticker for that. And we do have this printed keyboard here next to the computer screen with that flight path and a window there. Lots of nice little details on the inside here. This is kind of his toy making conveyor belt thing, and it has a feature where this can either be lifted up and you can push the conveyor belt in, or you can just push it in directly and it automatically lifts up the door, although you could potentially risk knocking down, like there's this little micro figure here that could possibly fall down if you do it that way. So I think I would prefer lifting this up first and then moving it along. To show you what's on there, you've got this little micro scale kind of car in front, that micro figure, of course, and then this piece, which I've never seen before, but it looks to be a video game controller. Get you a better view of that from the back. And then these skates here. So yeah, nice little detail there, fun little play feature, and it is kind of on a track there, and it is stopped by pieces in here and pieces on the actual conveyor belt itself. So it's not actually going to fall out. It stops right here. And it also stops this way with those pieces on the edges there. So, and the exterior of the model, not really that exciting. There's kind of this archway here around where the conveyor belt goes. And then this little lamp on this side, but nothing else so far here. After the second set of bags, this set is now complete. So all the walls and stuff have been built up for the barn. And both the minifigures have been placed inside. The elf is over here with his paintbrush next to that white micro figure. So something he's about to paint, it looks like. There's some presents that have been added, some furniture in here, and some details all around. We've got this lantern hanging in the middle of the kind of workshop area. We've got a candle over here on the edge, some bottles of something displayed on a shelf up here, and then yeah, just really, you know, it built up the walls here. This is what it looks like on the exterior with that snow-covered roof look. And then we also have this side. We have a feature that has been built into this. So these doors here are designed to slide open and close. So they will stop here at this point on the open side. And this one goes out a little bit further as well. But then you can slide them closed. They don't really stop in here. You just kind of have to stop them where you want them. But obviously it's meant to be closed when they're both in the center there. So you've got those nice wreath details on the outside here, and the golden handles of the doors. So I think that looks really neat and is a pretty neat little play feature that they threw into this model. One thing I don't like a little bit about the design is this piece up here. So it's kind of the top of the roof, but it's pretty loose in there. So it can kind of, like, the instructions show it to be placed this way. But, you know, it can easily be spun around and, you know, be uneven or placed flat or whatever. So I don't really like the design aspect of that. I feel like they could have done something better to create a more cohesive look for the kind of steeple of the barn workshop thing. So yeah, that was a little disappointing about that. You know, overall it looks pretty nice. You know, a lot of cool little details thrown into this workshop space, and a couple different play features with this, you know, kind of conveyor belt that can be brought in from outside and the sliding doors. And here is the set displayed with the Winter Elves scene that came out the month before the Santa's Workshop set. And this is how they are shown being displayed together on the back of the box and the instruction manual. And I think it works really well because you have the snow here on the Santa's Workshop set that connects. Well, it doesn't actually connect, but it lines up very nicely with the snow in the elf scene. So I think that works really well as a kind of companion piece, you know, both sets to each other. It looks really cool like that and is almost seamless with the design of the two sets being together. You can also combine it with the Santa's Front Yard scene from 2022, and they are all built on the same sized base. It really looks overall pretty seamless with the identical Christmas tree designs. Even the kind of more two-dimensional trees in the back are done the same way in dark green. The only thing where this looks a little bit out of place is the fact that we have this completely rectangular background here on this one with the night sky and everything, and then it's a more open background on this one with just the mountaintops there. So that's one area where it's not quite seamless comparing them next to each other. But if you just look at the ground in particular and, you know, those details with the trees and everything, it really does give it a really seamless look. Like these three sets are actually meant to be kind of a bigger model or a bigger display piece. And I'd be really curious to see what the Mr. and Mrs. Claus's living room set might look like lined up with these three. That set, of course, was meant to be released in 2022, but was canceled for, I believe, an unknown reason. We're not exactly sure why it was canceled. Some sets did actually make it out of the factory before it got canceled, but if you want to get one of those, you have to pay like several $100 on eBay or Bricklink or places like that. So it's not really worth it to get that set just to add it to this little display collection. But these three on their own, I think, work really well together. Again, the only downside really being that the background of the Santa's Front Yard set really doesn't match up with the background of the other two. This set took me a total of 38 minutes to build, which averages out to about 6.9 seconds per piece, which is over a second below my overall average of 8.1 seconds per piece. So not a super complicated build. It's not really meant to be, as gift with purchases rarely are super complicated. They do put a lot of detail in these sets, but they're relatively easy builds. Overall, I do like the looks of this set, and I like how it can be paired with the previous two kind of diorama scenes that have been done as Christmas promotions. And I'm curious to see if they will continue that trend in 2024. By the time this video actually gets posted, we might know whether they're doing that or not. But I feel like this set suffers a little bit from not really knowing what it's, intended to be. There's obviously these play features with the, conveyor belt thing and the doors at the back. And, a lot of detail here, which makes it a nice display piece. But you've also kind of got this conflict between the open concept here and from the kind of exterior view, it looks like an incompleted model because the roof does not continue upwards, and it's just kind of this cutaway thing. Whereas I think that works really well for the outdoor scenes of the previous two models, with kind of just having that background there and then a display in front. This one I think suffers from that because it does feel like from some angles that it is just an incomplete set. And if you want to use this as a display piece, I feel like the play features they incorporated aren't really necessary if you're intending on just displaying this, which I imagine most people who get this set would do, especially with how it pairs up with the other two winter diorama sets. So that said, I would give this set a 7 out of 10. There's really no huge flaws with it other than just, like I said, not really knowing what it's meant to be is in terms of a play set or a display set, kind of this cutaway model, or, looking like a complete model is missing some things. So for that reason, I would give it a 7 out of 10. There's definitely a lot of fun details and features in there. It's just not as good, I think, as definitely the Winter Elf scene that came out the month before it. I think it is a little bit better than the Santa's Front Yard scene just because of that brick-built deer and the stickers in the background that I mentioned in my review of that set. So it's definitely, it works best as a companion piece to the other two sets. So if you don't have this set and want to pick it up, or are thinking about picking it up, I would definitely recommend getting all three sets if you can. And especially if you have one of those other ones already and you didn't manage to get this, it would definitely be a cool thing to add this one to complement the other one. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave a comment down below. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more LEGO reviews and other content in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.